Hello. So, for those of you coming to watch this is, what did I call it? Fantasy fiction to connect with parts. Uh, and I thought I'd do an example. I'm not going to go through too much, but I'm going to just go through the very basic foundation philosophy. There's no bad parts, better parts, characters, feelings, or thoughts. Every part within the system serves the system. So if there's something that comes up within you, it's there for a reason. And sometimes they do things that other parts or just other parts don't agree with, but they're still there for serving a purpose, and connecting to that purpose can be really helpful. The path is to acknowledge the pieces, accept them, and then form an alignment. And I call that building a team of champions. These obstacles that I've noticed that people face with this kind of process is they're not creative enough. They can't find the right words. They don't know where to start. And in the past, someone encountering that, I'd have recommended to work with me. But now we have Chat GPT, and while it doesn't completely get me out of a job, it certainly offers a self-reflection process that you can play with this. What you will need to embrace is the ability to make some decisions. The Chat GPT can make some... Sorry, I just realized down here it says, Chat GPT can make mistakes. Chat GPT can make mistakes. This is not important information, so it doesn't matter. So if you haven't met me before, my name is Amy. I am highly distractible and I am highly passionate, and we'll go with that. So you may need to embrace some decision making. You may need to embrace a little bit of focus, though. The distractibility and the tangents I find are really helpful in these kinds of reflections and play. The other thing you probably need to really hold on to is there is no right or wrong with this. The purpose is exploration and discovery, and whatever you discover, however you explore, all of that is okay. If you need support, so potentially you'll encounter something that you find really difficult to accept, or you find really difficult to acknowledge that they were there serving a higher purpose and have some gifts, seek support. Whether you seek support from me, whether you seek support from a therapist, whether you seek support from a peer or a friend, it doesn't really matter, but seek support. If you can't do it on your own, seek support. And I get that sounds much easier and is said much easier than it is if you are really struggling. I've been there. I'm not going to go into that story now, but I have been there. I've been there where I've asked for support and not received it. And so there is support out there. No matter what you've encountered, what you've been through, there is support. All right, so we're going to use the acronym STORY. If you haven't met me before, you will recognize that I love acronyms. So the acronym is scene, traits, obstacles, reconciliation, and then the Y is a new fork. And I get that new fork doesn't start with Y, but there's not a good Y word. Maybe there is. If you know of a good Y word, let me know. But I see that, like, you come to that fork in the Y and you get a new choice. So imagining that I can't do this on my own, and I've been doing this now for years and I can, but I still like to use Chat GPT. So step one is set the scene. Now, if you've already got a clear set of traits or a character that you want to play with, that's okay. And you can start by fleshing that out and then place that person or that character or that part or that whatever you want to call it into a scene, or you can start with a scene and see who reveals themselves. I'm going to start with a scene, and I'm going to pretend that I have no idea what I want. So create for me a list of 3 scenes that could be the opening of a short story. Oh, abandoned carnival. Okay, so ChatGPT is like hugely chatty. I just wanted 3 bullet points, but yeah, so the mysterious letter isn't really a scene, but there's like we're at a mailbox and inside. I'm inclined to go with that one, because I'm inclined to go with that one. Just I can justify it and I can defend it. All right, so describe for me the mailbox and the area surrounding it. Now, it's also given me a character name there surrounding it. What I love about ChatGPT is it actually doesn't care too much if I'm accurate or not. All right, The mailbox stood defiantly. I don't like the word defiantly. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to copy what's here. Copy. I'm going to go into a Google Doc. And I'm going to edit Chat GPT. The mailbox stood defiantly. I don't like the word defiantly. That's not the energy. The mailbox stood radiantly against the backdrop of a quaint suburban street. No. Of a, oh no, we can go with suburban street. I was thinking like going out to a field. That's all right. Its metal exterior one's a vibrant red. Yeah, not liking it. Blue. Now, now bore the scars of weathering and time. Now bore the evidence. Evidence, that's not really the word I want either. Now bore the evidence, now bore the scars, now bore the markers of weathering in time. Faded by years of exposure to the elements, the mailbox had an air of nostalgia, hinting at the countless letters and parcels it had once cradled. It had. And this is what I recommend you do. Read it out loud, talk to yourself, engage with it. I've got 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna do this reasonably quickly. Perched atop a weathered wood post. Yeah, that'll do. The mailbox leaned slightly to one side, as if burdened by the weight of the stories it held within. That I love. A rusted latch, worn smooth by the touch of countless hands, secured the small door that guarded the mysteries waiting inside. A trail of delicate spiderwebs adorned the corners, weaving an intricate tapestry of forgotten moments. Yes. And all I'm doing is sensing how I feel about it. So like instantly I'm just red penning it and playing with it. Surrounding the mailbox, the suburban neighborhood exuded a tranquil calm. No. Surrounding the mailbox, the suburban neighborhood exuded a fast-paced life that easily distracted its inhabitants from their inner worlds. And so instantly right now, just in my head, the thought appeared that this letter that is about to be opened is going to be from a future self. So I'm just going to make that note down here. So whatever appears to you, letter from a future self. Surrounding the mailbox, the suburban narrowed a fast-paced life that easily distracted its inhabitants from their inner world. Patches of neatly trimmed grasses lined the sidewalk, interrupted only by the occasional burst of colourful flowers that peeked through the soil. The late afternoon sun, nope, the early morning sun, and then I don't know what comes next, so I'm just going to take, can we change the sentence starting late afternoon sun to the early morning sun? And then it's going to rewrite it. The early morning sun casts long shadows. No. Can you offer an alternative? So I find if I ask it to offer me 3, I fight with a little bit less because then I'm picking the early morning sun in, nope. Nope. All right, so I like this bit. The early morning sun, a radiant orb on the horizon. Add in something about new potential. All right, so this one is the one I'm going to use as inspiration, and all these are as inspiration. The early morning, oops. The early morning sun, a radiant orb at the horizon. I think it was the word shadows that I was hitting. Cast light. Cast rays of light that danced along the sidewalk, creating a serene and creating a inspirational atmosphere. Where every ray seemed to whisper about the new potential emerging. Yeah, I don't really care about new potential. I just wanted to get away from shadow, I think. All right. Beautiful. In the distance, the hum of everyday life. In the distance, the hum of everyday life. I don't want the word resonated. Could be heard. Distant laughter of children playing and the occasional passing of a car, each contributing to the symphony of a suburban existence. The mailbox. Yeah, beautiful. All right, so set the scene. Done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a character, and I'm just going to do name, traits, and that's it for them. Oh, and a feeling. So she's feeling despondent, hopeless, female, name, traits, dark hair, bossy, determined, courageous. And then I'm going to hit enter. Don't like that name. The rest of that I'm okay with. Offer me 8 different names. Maya Hornthorne. Perfect. So now we've got a character. Okay. Oops. So we've got a character. Have Maya approach the mailbox and find a letter from her future self outlining, actually, outlined obstacle Maya could be facing. That's going to outline that. And then I'm going to have Maya approach and find a letter outlining how to overcome this obstacle by falling in love with a part of herself that was once hidden. And so then it's done that, and you guys can read that. But that's the basics of it. Now, what I would normally do is continue engaging, and now I've hit a fork, and now I'm going to move her to a new scene. So armed with this newfound insight from her future self, Maya embarks on a journey of self-discovery. What was the letter revealed the key to overcoming the office politics and challenges. I don't think it actually answered it, but I'm going to play with this and I'm going to edit it and then I'm going to hit a new fork. And so now we're at a new fork. Transport us to Maya in her workplace. Now, if you don't want to do workplace, you can edit the story and you could make it with her husband, or you could make it with her best friend, or you could but yeah, so you're just going to feed it in and play, and it's just play and see what comes up. So I'm not going to tap into my emotions around this right now because I literally have 1 minute and I have to be somewhere else, but I will do another video or 20 or something going through how I would play with this and what it brings up in me and diving into that. And part of me could explore, like, why did I get rid of shadowed? Why did I get rid of whatever the other word that I got rid of, and start to play with it? But I trust that gives you a starting point. And as you play, you will notice parts of yourselves coming to life, parts you like, the parts you dislike, the parts of you like and parts dislike, and then play with it. I'll do another video later on the reconciliation. That's it for now.